What's good, Washington fans, man? Hell to the football team. The legend of Taylor Heinicke continues. It continues. It lives on, man. This man threw a beautiful pass to Terry McLaurin, and then he did this. I was like, this man is goated, man. Legend Taylor Heinicke, man. Played his butt off today. Now, he had some really bad throws. He threw a couple passes. I think their safety name was Harris, number 23. He got hurt towards the end of the game. That could have been an interception. They dropped at least 2 interceptions. He threw some bad passes. He definitely threw a pass in the double coverage where Terry got injured, but Terry came back. Diami got injured. He threw the ball way too late in the end zone. And then in the red zone, he definitely could have got picked as well. I'm not going to talk about all the bad plays from Taylor Heinicke, but this man played his butt off. To come from ODU to be a backup on the XFL Battlehawks, to be in school, getting his degree, and called up as the quarantine quarterback, to come where he is and be where he is right now, playing well. 2-1 as a starter. 2-1 as a starter so far as a Washington football team quarterback. Big win at Atlanta. Homecoming. He's from Georgia. He got emotional talking to NFL on Fox. The reporter, he got emotional talking about how his sister had, he was living in his sister's house in Georgia, while he was getting his degree and trying to get back into the NFL, man. His career was dead in the water. Scott Turner called. This is the best thing that Scott Turner has done by being a Washington football coordinator, is vouching for Taylor Heinicke. And this guy, he's a baller, man. He's a gamer. Like I said, he's bad in practice. We're talking about practice. He's bad in practice. But when this guy plays in games, he is a baller. He's a gamer. He makes something shake. This guy just has the football maker, NFL street playground football, backyard football, a game we used to play back in 2005. This is the way that Taylor Heinicke plays. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be cute. It's not going to be sexy. But he gets the job done. He gets the job done. This man plays ball. Defense is trash. Defense is trash. Defense is awful. It's so bad. Jack Del Rio, man, if we would have lost this game, he seriously should have been on the hot seat. If Dustin Hopkins, his plane ticket, wherever it is, just tear it up in half right in front of his face. Just tear it up in half and say, hey, buddy, you're going to find your way home. Let's get to some of the things that I wrote down, some of the notes. Big win, 34-30. Now, my prediction before the game, I said that, the way we were going to win, I thought Taylor was going to throw a touchdown pass to Logan Thomas for the game winner, or to take the lead. It was going to be 23-17, a win for us. And then Matt Ryan would try to get the ball down with 2 minutes left and score. So I was off with the scoring and the plays, but I was on. The only thing I really got right was Matt Ryan trying to score towards the end. And honestly, they really could have scored on that drive. I mean, to let him run for 15, 20 yards down the field. John Bostic got hurt. A plane ticket for him is looking a little iffy back home as well. But John Bostic, man, he was bad. To give up that touchdown to Mike Davis. Was it Mike Davis who caught the ball and then he missed the tackle, and then 3 other guys missed the tackle as well? Landon Collins was bad today too. Jada McKissick, he is a boss. He is a dog. For him to fly in the air like that and get a touchdown, that was incredible. That man was airborne for about 5 seconds. I love J.D. McKissick. He is a beast. He is a dog. He was the low risk, a high reward free agent signing from last year. I was like, J.D. McKissick, why are we signing J.D. McKissick? Actually, this guy is a baller, man. He is a boss. Taylor Heinicke, 23 for 33, 290 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. And then he had 127.1 quarterback rating. The Falcons defense is just not good. Terry McLaurin is a dog. He's just a boss. Terry McLaurin, two big touchdowns where they basically had a pass interference on. They didn't call it. He comes up big for the touchdown. Then he cooked Fabian Moreau in the first quarter for a touchdown. I mean, he's the best receiver in the NFC East, I think. And he just needs a quarterback so bad. If he had a quarterback, he would be a top 5 wide receiver in the league. You can argue that he's a top 5, he's a top 10 wide receiver in the league right now. But if he just had top 15, just give me top 15 quarterback play. I'm not even talking about elite quarterback play. I'm just talking about middle of the pack quarterback play. And this man, Terry McLaurin, would get all the recognition, all the awards, Pro Bowls, all kinds of stuff, recognition, Madden, well, not Madden cover, but, stuff like just recognition off of the field. But he's not getting it because the quarterback play has been so bad for the Washington football team. I thought Antonio Gibson was pretty good today, 14 carries for 63 yards. I want to see more carries from him. He got nicked up and he had a touchdown as well. I want to see him get some more carries. Taylor Heinicke, 5 carries for 43 yards, 8 yards per carry, and had a 20-yard run for a first down. Taylor Heinicke, he improved on that. Now, he did run more in the Bills game. He had so many open lanes to run. He decided to dance around and then throw it in triple coverage. That's what I said in my preview video as well. Run, man. Now, he does need to have better awareness of where the first down line is. He did it again today, like he did in that Bills game, where he slides or he dives a little too early. And it's like, hey, the first down marker is right here. We see the yellow line on TV, so I know It's not as easy to see it. It probably is easy to see while you're right there. You see the pylon over there, or whatever it's called. But Taylor Heinicke, he did a couple times where he dove a little too early and could have got the first down, in my opinion. So Terry Malone balls, like I said, 6 carries for 123 yards, 20 yards per catch, 2 touchdowns. He had a heck of a day. I mean, he had himself a day. DeAndre Carter with that kickoff return. Wow, he is a huge upgrade in the return game from what we had last year. He's just such an improvement. He hasn't muffed a punt, knock on wood. He hasn't fumbled a kickoff. He was close there. And we're going to get to the rough and pass with Chase Young. That's just on my mind right now. But I'm just reading through my notes right now. I want to get to the terrible refs. They were so bad today. It was just like, I was like, you know what? I still want to give DeAndre Carter his praise, though. This man was a balls, man. That kick return was huge for us. We needed a spark. We needed something like that. Dustin Hopkins, of course, he missed the extra point. I just couldn't believe that Dustin Hopkins missed both kicks the same way. They both went far right. And when I was watching on TV, I was like, oh, he made it. I was trying to vouch for Dustin Hopkins and argue for him, but I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I've been stopped vouching for him in the preseason, really last year as well. He was missing those extra points in the games, like the games against the Seahawks and the Giants where it came down to field goals and whatnot. He really came. I knew it was going to come back to bite us in the butt, but we found a way. I was like, on that last drive, I was like, we got to score a touchdown. We cannot rely on Dustin Hopkins. We got to get a touchdown. That's why Jaden McKissick probably did what he did and just dove from the freaking 10-yard line for the touchdown. Jared Patterson, I thought he had some good plays. I thought he made some good plays. I thought he had a nice catch as well for 11 yards. I like what I saw from Jared Patterson. Curtis Samuel, he caught everything that went his way. 4 catches for 19 yards. Thought he played fairly well. He did what he needed to do. He converted on a 3rd down. He converted on a 4th down, on a 4th and short. So he did what we needed him to do, especially his first game back. I wasn't expecting him to go for 100 yards or anything like that. Cordarrelle freaking Patterson. Oh my gosh, this man had a hat trick. I'm all over the place. But Cordarrelle Patterson, my goodness, this man went bonkers on the wall. This man had a hat trick. Within the first half, he had 3 touchdowns, and they were easy tubs. Landon Collins missed the tackle on Cordarrelle Patterson for a touchdown. And then Cordarrelle Patterson wide the freak open for a 52-yard touchdown. Then he had another touchdown. I can't remember whether it was a running touchdown or just a regular catch. He mossed Kendall Fuller. I mean, this man had a heck of a day. This man had a career day for the Falcons. I mean, it was great. We made Matt Ryan look like the Matt Ryan back in 2011 when they lost 28-3 against the Patriots that season where he was MVP. Matt Ryan had 4 touchdowns, 4 tubs, no picks, 25 for 42, 283 yards, and 111.5 quarterback rating. This man went crazy. Let's get to the refs. Let's get to the rough and the passer call real quick. I'm touching that real quick. Then I want to get to some other guys that played pretty well. I might do a separate video of studs and duds. I did studs and duds last year. Did some live streams of studs and duds. I might get back to that. Might do a good, the bad, and the ugly video for Monday or something like that. Just stay tuned. I'm gonna do something. I want to do another video just other than just this reaction. So this week coming up. So the rough and the passer call. My goodness, that was a terrible call. I mean, Chase Young. That some of it is on him. You know, he went with his arm a little bit, shoving Matt Ryan. That should have been his first sack. You know, Marcus Spears was like, Chase Young is still thirsty for sacks. Him and Montez, they're chasing sacks, they're being selfish. That's where Chase Young could have got his first sack and should have wrapped up Matt Ryan, just took him down. Now, that was a terrible call by the refs and the football guys. They looked out for us. It was football karma. And Torrey McTyer, they didn't call the pass interference on him. Now, there was another call where Terry McLaurin on the drive for the touchdown with Taylor Heinicke in that last game-winning drive, the refs wanted to call that a fumble so bad. Terry McLaurin called the football. He didn't really catch it like the call was. I think it was incomplete as well. But I just mentally made myself prepare for them to call that a fumble. I just mentally prepared myself. I was like, we lost this game. This is it. I'm not going to react. I'm not going to be mad. It is what it is. We're a bad football team. We got bad defense. That's not why we just lost the game because we're a bad team. But the refs actually called the call was supposed to be. They called it an incomplete pass. So I was like, all right, bet. Let's win this game, man. We cannot put the game in Dustin Hopkins' hands at all. So there were some other bad calls by the refs, missed calls and whatnot on both sides. So it wasn't just against us, but the refs were pretty darn bad today, to be honest with you. Antonio Gibson, like I said, he was good. Adam Humphries made a big catch on to get us downfield for 19 yards. DeAndre Carter, 1 catch for 20. He made a huge catch on the game-winning drive as well. DeAndre Carter, he deserves a game ball. Terry Malone gets a game ball. Jaden McKissick gets a game ball. Taylor Heinicke gets a game ball. Ricky Seals-Jones had a couple drops today. He had 1 good catch. Then he left some on the field. He had 2 catches for 19 yards, 4 targets, so 2 drops. So he might be a dud for me, but he does not get a game ball. I just want to see. He had a really good catch against the Giants for that touchdown, but I want to see more from Ricky Seals-Jones, to be honest with you. I think he can play better than that. Calvin really gets a game ball for a couple of drops. He made some big drops. Let's get to the defense. Nobody played well, in my opinion. Nobody really gets a game ball. Montez Sweat did get a sack. I thought Jonathan Allen made some plays here and there. Deron Payne, I thought they made some solid plays here and there. Chase Young, he did make somewhat of an impact in this game. I thought this was his best game out of all the games. Still did not get a sack. I still think the local media, national media is still going to be on his back. But since we won, the heat's not going to be there for him. So he did make some pressures. He did make a tackle for loss. I will say he did make an impact on the game. Not just about him getting double teamed or chipped. He did make an impact. It didn't show up in the box score or the stat sheet, but Chase Young did make an impact in this game. Has to wrap up Matt Ryan. Don't let the refs decide it for you. Know he's confused now because of the roughing the passer against the Giants and whatnot, but you just got to wrap up. Just wrap up because that should have been a sack. William Jackson was pretty bad today, in my opinion. The whole secondary was bad. Kendall Fuller was bad. Will Jackson was bad. Torrey McTire is trying. He's putting out effort, but the ball hit him in his helmet, and there was clearly a pass interference. I thought it was pass interference on him again, but they picked up the flag. It is what it is. I'm happy they didn't call pass interference. John Bostic was awful. Landon Collins was awful. Cam Curl was okay. Who else? Khalid Hudson got a couple snaps, didn't do much. Cam Sims did get injured. Who else? I think that's about it for the defense. Cole Holcomb, I think he got injured. He made some plays here and there. I thought that was forward progress on Hayden Hurst. That should have been a fumble. That was clearly forward progress. I think the offensive line, I think they all deserve game balls. I thought they did a good job run blocking, as we are the best run blocking win rate team in the NFL. I thought they kept Taylor Heinicke pretty clean. Taylor Heinicke was able to create and move around in the pocket as well. He wasn't really touched much. I'm going to try to see how many times he only got sacked one time. He got sacked one time. We sacked Matt Ryan only one time. Only one time. We didn't get a lot of pressure. Third downs were bad. Jack Del Rio's just been awful. Every time it was a third down, I wanted us to go for two. I'm happy we went for on fourth down. I do want to get to Scott Turner. I don't want to let him off the hook. He did make some good play calls for us to get down and make the drives on the game. A lot of it was on Taylor Heinicke as well, just improvising. For him on the J.D. McKissic pass, for him to move around the pocket and navigate and go almost out of bounds on the left side and then throw it over to the right to J.D. McKissic. That was an incredible play. That's on the quarterback. This is a great play. Kyle Pitts, I'm going to look at his numbers real quick. Did he really kill us today? Yeah, he did. He cut us up. He did cut us up today. Kyle Pitts had 4 catches for 50 yards. So he didn't go crazy, but that's good for a tight end. That's really good. That's good numbers for a tight end. I hope Logan Thomas can come back. Brandon Sheriff went out with an injury. I hope he can come back. Torrey McTire was grabbing his knee as well. The Falcons put in Felipe Franks. He even got some yardage running the football. Wayne Gallman was able to run the football on us. Mike Davis had 13 carries for 14 yards. He didn't do much on the ground, but I thought he made a couple plays for them. Either whether it was receiving or just making an impact on the game. I thought he made some plays. Who else? Let's see here. Like I said, Fabian Moreau got cooked. Like I said, Logan Thomas injured. Scott Turner was terrible on that 4th and 1. I think we were on their 40-yard line. He did a shotgun. We were in shotgun, and then we ran the ball up the middle. It was predictable. It was a terrible call. I'd rather see us, if you're in 4th and 1, I'd rather see them throw the football to Curtis Samuel because it worked on the last play, or just run up the middle from an I formation or something like that. Just something different. I mean, it was terrible. That shotgun play was super predictable. It was awful by Scott Turner. Also, on a 2nd and 6 on the game-winning drive, he ran the ball with J.D. McKissic. That was a terrible play call. It ended up being 3rd and 7. We just made something happen and got the first down on that play, I think, on the next play. But that 2nd and 6 to run the football, that was awful. Turned into 3rd and 7. Like I said, Dustin Hopkins was awful. I think that's all I got, man. I think that's all I got on everything right here. On the 2-point conversion where it was 28-30, I thought that was terrible as well. I thought that was more on Taylor Heinicke. He just threw the ball over Ricky Seals-Jones' head. I thought we could have did better on that. The Falcons punter did get injured. That did help us out with field position. Young Ho Koo had to be the punter for them, and he kind of botched some of their punts as well. So that's all I got, man. You look at the NFC East right now. That was our first win against the Falcons in 2003. It's been a long time. Mark Brunell was the quarterback at that time. So it's been a long time. But the Giants beat the Saints. The Eagles lost to the Chiefs. That was basically an upset, in my opinion, beating the Saints. The Giants beating the Saints. So it shows that the Saints are beatable. I think it's a winnable game. I'll say that. Jameis Winston, he's been more of a game manager. He's been more of a game manager. The Saints defense is legit, but they were cut up by Daniel Jones today. I think Taylor Heinicke is definitely capable of doing the same as with Daniel Jones today. I think Taylor Heinicke, he can definitely do whatever. He outdueled Daniel Jones in the Giants game where we ended up winning. So I think it's a winnable game. I really do. It's a home game. The crowd's got to get into it. Let me make sure it's a home game. It's a home game. 1 o'clock on CBS. The crowd's got it's two NFC teams on CBS, which is really weird, but it is what it is. 1 o'clock game at home against the Saints. The crowd has to get into it. We got to get loud at FedEx, man. We got to get loud. The 12 man's got to be there. We got to sing hell to the football team. We get a touchdown. We got to help the defense out on third downs. Let's look at the third down defense. How bad we were defensively on third down. My gosh, we were so bad. And of course we gave up a touchdown on the first drive. I'm not surprised we did that, but the defense was just trash today. Third down efficiency. The Falcons were 10 for 16 on third down. That's so bad. That's inexcusable. 10 for 16, 374 total yards for the Falcons. We did have more total yards than them. Did we win the time of possession battle? They won the time of possession battle. We didn't have any turnovers. They didn't have any turnovers. So nobody won the turnover battle, but hey, we didn't turn the ball over. And our kicker's awful. Dustin Hopkins awful. But Taylor Heinicke, man, the legend grows on, man. Can he be the franchise quarterback? Who knows? But if he can keep it up, man, hey, if he can beat the Saints, man, or keep it close, who knows, man? I love the way this guy plays. I mean, he just has a lot of moxie, has a lot of swag. He's a gamer, man. That's just how he plays. So, all right, you guys, let me know what you guys think about this win, man. Who do you think got some game balls in this one? Like I said, Jack, man, he's on the hot seat for real. But Taylor's a dog, man. He's a gamer, man. He's a baller. All right, y'all. Hell to the football team. Peace.